do you think?
Good morning. It's only half of what they cut from this year's road maintenance budget of £400 million. And with the cost of living and the cost of materials and labour and fuel, it's not going to do anything at all, really.
What's going on at the minute? Because everywhere I go, every road I try to take, there's a hole being dug in it, or they're trying to fill in. There's road maintenance going on everywhere. Is that a budgetary thing? What's going on?
No, it's decades of underinvestment. There's a massive road maintenance budget backlog reported at just about £12 billion as we speak. Next Tuesday, that report comes out, and I can guarantee from my inquiries and sources that will increase. So this time next week, it won't be 12, it could be 13, could be £14 billion. Government just aren't getting hold of the core problem. Repairing potholes wastes money. We need to resurface our roads like other countries. We need a long-term investment plan. They throw bits of money at, lots of money to me and you, but just to give it in context, in one of the papers I read this morning, it's just £200,000 to do one junction in Staffordshire because of the deterioration. So unless they actually invest annually, and I believe they need to put in about £3 billion a year every year, then in 10 years' time we could have 95% of the potholes gone in.
But you're obviously covering more area by filling in potholes as opposed to resurfacing a road, which means the budget wouldn't go as far.
Yeah, I mean, it needs more money, but they're pulling in excess of £50 billion a year from road users through fuel duty, VAT, fuel excise duty, VAT, and of course they get VAT returns every time you damage your tyre or suspension on your vehicle and costs. There was a report done some years ago that it was costing the UK economy £5 billion a year as a result of badly maintained roads. Well, now 10 years plus on, plus the cost of increasing deterioration, that's probably costing nearly double to the economy. So I cannot understand from an economic model why they can't actually invest to save money in the long term. I mean, we're 37th in the world in the standard and quality of our roads for a G7 nation. Is that really good enough?
So, Mark, do you think there's a bit of politicking going on here, that they've got the eye of the local elections coming up, they want the headlines, they want to be seen to be doing something and hope that it does well for them?
Exactly. And they're all regurgitating figures, including the 500 million. So it looks really well. You know, I'm seeing some counties saying they're getting £6 million for potholes. Well, the additional amount is obviously significantly less, but it looks good to put out as an MP trying to support those things. But, you know, next week will prove, just to show the problem that we've got. I mean, government will come back and say we're investing £1 billion a year. But that £1 billion a year is not doing anything. If you keep spending the same money, wasting it, that's madness. They need to grasp it. I mean, it can be done. And they've had plenty of money down the money tree when they needed it throughout the pandemic, and wasted billions and billions of pounds that can make a massive difference.
But Mark, let me just ask you finally and briefly, if you could just make this very, very short, is the situation, are holes in the road at the worst they've ever been?
Yes, and I believe it's getting to the point where councils can't meet their legal obligations going forward.